Hey there, I'm Veronica. Today's video is all about what it actually feels like to have a tummy tuck. I did have a tummy tuck 2013 on October the 2nd. It was actually paired with 3 other surgeries. I was in surgery from 9 a.m. that morning till 6 p.m. that evening. In retrospect, I probably should have just had the tummy tuck done or just had one surgery done, but had all of them done at once to remove a lot of loose skin. I did lose 150 pounds. So this video is all about specifically what the tummy tuck was like, what to expect if you are thinking about potentially having a tummy tuck. Maybe you have some weight to lose and you'd like to ideally have one once you've lost the weight. Maybe you've had a child and you just want that stomach back. So let's talk, because a lot of things that I experienced were not things that I was told beforehand. So this video is the honest to God truth of what it is like to have a tummy tuck. So to start with, would I do it again? Absolutely. Am I happy with my results? Absolutely. It is like night and day. I don't regret it at all. The only thing I would have done differently was I would have had the surgery by itself. The reason why I had it paired with other surgeries was to save money on the anesthesia. I was quoted a much lower figure to have them all done at once as opposed to having these surgeries done separately. The surgeries included a tummy tuck, a breast lift, and I did have small implants put in. I also had a lower body lift, and basically what that was an upper thigh lift and a butt lift. So those were a total of 4 surgeries. In terms of the tummy tuck, the biggest surprise to me was the fact that I never regained sensation in my belly button, top of my pubic area. This came as a total surprise to me. I never knew that this happened. I'm not sure if it happens to everyone or if I was just one of the unlucky ones that just never regained the sensation. Your nerves are separated, so the sensation doesn't always come back. Now, would I do it again knowing this? Yes. I just would have preferred to know it ahead of time. After surgery, I was told it would take 6 months to regain my nerve sensation. At least this is what the nurses told me. After 6 months, I said, I still can't feel anything there. They said, I'll give it a year. After a year passed, give it 2 years. Once I realized they just kept extending it, I realized after 5 years, I never did regain that sensation. So yes, it is numb. What are you gonna do? It is perfectly flat though. So you do sort of have to look to the pluses. But like I said, I would have liked someone to have told me that this was a possibility beforehand instead of coming as a total shock. So that is something that surprised me, but again, I would do it again. Now, in terms of my belly button, they did my belly button perfectly. I do not have my original belly button, which is kind of strange, but I guess I had so much skin there that they had to create a new belly button for me. They did an awesome job. The weird part is, though, is that I have stretch marks. So when they cut the hole for the new belly button, it was like through the stretch marks, which if you have stretch marks and you have your original belly button, it doesn't look that way. So it almost looks like I have a fake belly button, but it is a great belly button. So again, I'm not complaining. It's just sort of odd to think about that is not my real belly button. I have a scar that extends right over my pubic area, and it actually extends around my entire body. Now, in most tummy tucks, it's just on the tummy, but because I also had the lower body lift as well, it goes all around my butt, the whole thing. Now, the scars have faded. Some are worse than others. Some are completely gone. Some the skin is still slightly raised, and that's just something that happens. It depends on your skin tone. But again, it's a scar. It's not a big deal. I'd rather have the flat stomach as opposed to all of the loose skin. I had so much loose skin. 150 pounds. That is a lot of weight that I lost. I did lose it kind of fast. I lost it in a year. I'm not sure if I would have stretched it out over a period of a couple years if it really would have made that much difference. When you're losing over 100 pounds, I think you're pretty much going to get loose skin no matter what. Maybe there's some lucky people that don't wind up with loose skin, but I don't know. I certainly got a ton of loose skin, but basically they tightened the skin up and down. So the thing is they didn't tighten the sides. So they didn't cut any skin off the sides of me, like my hip area. They just cut it up and down. So actually, the interesting thing is I'm perfectly flat up and down, But for example, if I lean over, there's still a little bit of loose skin hanging because they never cut my sides. Now, I opted not to do that because it would have been additional scars on my hips. I figure, you know what, it looks perfect. If I lean over, there's a little loose skin, who cares? It really wasn't worth it to me. In dealing with plastic surgery, you really want to look at what your best options are for the least amount of work, because once you alter your body, you can never get it back. You never get it back the way it was, and plastic surgery is not an answer to perfection. It is a reconstructive process. It is not going to make you better. Like, it's not going to make you perfect. It's going to make you always altered. So always take that into consideration before you do this. I did have drains put in after my surgery. The drains were in my pubic area, actually. I have to say that getting those drains pulled out was one of the most painful things that I've ever experienced. I'm laughing, but it wasn't funny. I remember she told me to breathe because apparently when she pulled the first one out, I was in shock that I wasn't breathing, and she's like, breathe! And my grandmother was with me and she started saying rosaries. Apparently I was really upset. But what are you gonna do? They have to put in drains. It hurt a lot. It was worth it. But it is definitely a moment of shock when they take those drains out. I was in the hospital for a total of 2 days after having the surgery. Couldn't really walk that much afterward. They told me I would feel kind of a little out of it for the first 2 weeks. I felt a lot more out of it than that. It took about 30 days to recover. Now, I had 4 surgeries, so if I would have just had the tummy tuck, maybe it would have been less time. In terms of painkillers, you have to be on pain medicine after having a surgery like this. Like, Tylenol isn't going to cut it. I think they had me on Percocet, which is obviously a really strong drug, but with pain like that and you're completely open, like you have to wait for your skin to close up, and like you just want to heal and you just want to sleep. I slept a lot. I did a lot of reading. Did a lot of watching Law of Attraction videos, actually. Interestingly enough, right after the surgery, it felt like I was being like pulled tightly down. I wasn't used to having my skin feel so tight. So for the first couple days, like I felt like I was hunching over because I was afraid to stand up straight because it felt like my skin was gonna like stretch because they pulled me so tight. So it took me a little while to acclimate to that feeling. Now it's completely normal. It's weird because when you first have surgery like this, like you look at your body and it's not the same body that you had before. So even though it's a better body, it feels almost like you're in an alien body because it's not what you're used to seeing. And even for the first 2 years after, I would still think I had the old body. And I would look down and I'd be like, wait, no, I have the new body. But it was just so unusual to me. Like I was so used to having that other body for so long that it was just this foreign feeling. And like I said, even though it's better, it's an adjustment period to adjust emotionally to the fact that you have a new body. Now, I did lose the weight in 2002. I had the surgery in 2013, so my weight was very stable. I would definitely say do not use this as a means to losing weight. Make sure that you have all the weight lost beforehand and make sure that you are at a stable weight, because this is major surgery that you do not want to be repeating again. So if you still have like 20 pounds to lose, I would definitely recommend losing that weight first and then doing it. Don't use this as a way to sort of motivate yourself to lose that additional weight. But I want to say that in my experiences with having a tummy tuck, I do it all over again. Like I said, I just wish someone would have been a little bit more honest with me about the recovery period, that it was going to be a little bit more tricky than they were sort of letting on, and the fact that I would never really regain sensation. But again, it's fully worth it, and I would definitely recommend it. And I wish you all the best on your weight loss journey. I am offering weight loss coaching now, coaching packages. I am happy to help motivate you and get you onto your goals. I am Veronica. Feel free to email me at veronicaisles@gmail.com. My website is veronicaisles.com. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope you have a lovely day.